Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great week. Whatever you're training for, whatever you're doing, whatever you're working out towards, I hope all is going well. As you know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, we're training for UTA 50K, and it is now only 4 weeks away, which is absolutely wild. And we've just finished up the 5 weeks to go training week, and yeah, I wanted to do a quick debrief because this is the first week where we've picked up the mileage again after the deload week the week before. So, a couple of speed workouts in the mix, obviously the strength workouts, but most importantly now as we enter this final kind of building block before we start the taper, the long run, the 33k hilly run. Let's talk about it, eh? Brief one. Okay, so the 33k, that's the one I want to talk about. And as I said, we've just come off the back of a deload week, and I thought I'd feel amazing, as I said in the last video, but wasn't necessarily feeling the greatest. But hey, we've hit this week, we've trained hard, we've done our strength work and our speed work, all culminating in this 33k hilly effort. Now, very grateful for Runner for the program they've been putting me on. I'm really grateful for the mileage that they've had me on. I've stayed injury free, I've built my strength, done all some of those non-negotiables that I've spoken about for myself early on in the program. So really happy that I'm following that. And the long run this week was, as I said, this 33k, and it's kind of a run of two halves really. I had a route planned out in the national park down in Sydney and in South Sydney, and yeah, first half felt so good. I'm not gonna lie, my legs felt really good. Even something like the inclines as well felt superb. Like, oh, my legs just felt really fresh, really capable, really able. And then I remember getting to the bottom of Kangaroo Creek, and this was a bit more of a technical descent than I was expecting. Actually, I've never done that route before. Got to the bottom, and literally I had no idea where to go. Like, I had no signal on my phone, and I just couldn't pull up anything to try and get me back on track. So I basically had to turn around and go all the way back up, which is fine because it was some nice elevation going back up, but it really threw a spanner in the works, not only because it wasn't necessarily getting the elevation gain where I wanted to in the run, it was going to load it quite heavily on the rear end, but it also meant I really had to switch up my nutrition strategy. And the reason that is because I kind of planned my route around some tactical bubblers where I could fill up my water bottles and fill up my NARG Ultra Mix and all that kind of stuff. So really good, I suppose there's two sides to that, right? Yes, a bit of frustration that it didn't go to plan. And therefore I had to really hit the second half hard with elevation up and down honeymoon steps basically, and it was tough. It was tough, but again, good, good to get that on the legs. But then on the other side of that, the good thing is to be able to move and flex and change and remain fluid with some of the plans that you enter any race or workout with. It was a really good learn for me to remember to remain flexible and to know that these things happen, right? These things happen, and you've got to be ready for that. The reality is no race is going to be 100% smooth realistically unless you get the perfect day, and I mean, I've not had that yet. So really good for that. Being able to shift and flex with what happened on the fly was, I think, really good for not only my body but also my mindset and the way that I kind of frame things in my mind moving forward. So all in all, I think a successful week. I'm really happy to be getting longer on the long runs. The week coming up, the longest of the program, 38Ks progressive. Very excited for that one, if not a little daunted, because I think that's really going to highlight where I might get time-wise for the actual race. So, yes, hey, I don't know what you're training for, if you've got a race or anything planned, but feel free to throw in the comments what you're training for. If you're training for UTA 50, hit me up, let me know how it's going. But all importantly, just keep moving, keep enjoying your running or whatever you do to stay healthy, and yeah, chat soon.